So any doubts in understanding the price elasticity? No? So if you understand price elasticity, you can write income elasticity, cross elasticity. And only a little bit change will be there. So in the definition of a price elasticity, as we have seen that there is percentage change in demand will take place with the percentage change in price. No, in the same manner here also we are going to give the same definition, but instead of price we will take it as income. The responsiveness of percentage change in quantity demanded of product X to percentage change in income of consumer. Okay. Only the thing here we have changed is percentage change in price. Instead of price of X product, we have taken here income of consumer. I am comparing this because you can understand easily. You can remember them easily. Other things remaining is the common condition that is applicable everywhere. Other things means other factors of income elasticity. So to measure this income elasticity of demand, we are going to measure it in two ways. One, it is graphical measurement. What happened? What happened? Not able to hear me? If you are attending any other call, you mute yourself and do it. Okay. So graphical measurement and mathematical measurement we are going to use. So as we have did it in price elasticity, you are going to measure the price based on 5 types. No, here also we will use the same 5 types to measure the income elasticity. So that is perfectly income elastic demand, we will call it as. There we said it as perfectly elastic demand. No? Here you add income in between perfectly and elastic demand. Okay. So this you are going to represent it with the EI. So here also it is infinity. And next comes perfectly income inelastic demand. So here EI is equal to 0. Relatively income elastic demand, here EI is greater than 1. And relatively income inelastic demand, in case of inelastic demand, EI is less than 1. Same, nothing different from price elasticity, only the thing your representation is instead of EP, you are representing here EI, and you are naming in between income to identify that this is the income elastic demand related measurement. Okay. Same graphs also, same it will be. I will explain only one because already we have discussed it now. In the same manner, you replace the other 4 types. So in perfectly income elastic demand, you are going to say that the demand for the product X will change even though there is no change in income of the consumer. Okay. Ante kada perfectly elastic demand lo emaindi only one thing will be changing, either demand or the income will be changing. Okay. So here because it is showing this perfectly elastic demand, we are saying that demand is changing and income is constant. So it is represented by EI is equal to infinity. So graph also you are going to draw it in the same manner, x-axis, y-axis, origin. X-axis always quantity demanded of product X. Only the thing y-axis will be changing. Instead of price, you take it as income here. So draw the demand curve. Name it as DD. So instead of P, you take it as I. Okay, OI. Because it is income, you represent it as I. And at OI, Q1 is the quantity. And it may increase or it may decrease. When it is before Q1, this indicates that it is reduction. If it is more than this, it indicates decrease in sales. Increase in sales. EI is represented by infinity symbol. The same thing you are going to write below the graph. So on x-axis we have taken quantity demanded, y-axis income, and DD is the demand curve which is flowing left to right, straight line, horizontal to x-axis. Same wordings, only the thing here you are replacing, instead of price, you are replacing with income of consumer. So at income, OI demand is equal to Q1. So now when there is no income change, DD is increasing to Q3. You represent here arrow towards this Q3. It indicates increase in quantity of sales. So if you represent it to a left side towards Q2, it indicates the decrease in sales. Even if there is no income change, the quantity will be reducing. So this is called as what? Perfectly income elastic demand, represented by infinity. So this is how you are going to write. I am not replacing all those slides, okay, as we have discussed in the last class. So I will go for the mathematical measurement. Remaining 4 you replace in the same manner, because there is no doubt in understanding the price elasticity, no? Same thing you are going to write there. So for mathematical measurement also you are going to take the same formula, but here instead of EP you take it as EI. So percentage change in quantity, numerator will not change, divided by denominator will change here. So change in price we have taken. So here income of consumer. This is a mistake here. Product X is there. Remove that. Income of consumer you write. Net and okay. Instead of here product X, you take it as consumer. That I need to change that. Okay. The percentage change in income of consumer you have to write that. Same thing here, EI is equal to percentage triangle QX divided by percentage triangle I. Instead of P, you take it as I. So where triangle QX, it is quantity demanded of product X. Triangle I indicates change in the consumer income. We can take it as 2 qx2 minus qx1 divided by qx1 divided by whole divided by I2 minus I1 divided by I1. Why we are replacing this? Because percentage change in quantity demanded can be calculated by using this qx2 minus qx1 divided by q1. So we have replaced this in the place of percentage triangle qx. Okay, here. And for this percentage triangle line, we can represent it as this I2 minus I1 divided by I1. So we have replaced this in this place, in the place of percentage triangle I. Okay, like this. In short also you can convert it. So QX1 indicates quantity before change of income. Okay, before change of income. You must be careful here while writing this. Before change of income. QX2 is quantity after change in income. So I1 is before change of income. I2 is after change of income. So we can replace here. We can make it in short form. Qx2 minus Qx1. I2 minus I1 into I1 divided by Qx1. Okay. So this is how we are going to. So if you understand one concept, you can write all these things based on the thing that it has been mentioned, whether it is price or whether it is income. You have to keep in mind only numerator will be same, denominator will be changing. That you have to keep in mind. Okay. If it is income, you take it as I. If it is price, you take it as P. Okay. In the same manner, let us go for cross elasticity. In cross elasticity, we are going to mention it differently. Instead of perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic, like that. We will, because there are substitute products and complementary products. No? So based on substitute products and complementary products, we will show it differently. Cross elasticity of demand definition. Able to see the screen? Okay, network is slow. Network is slow now. Very slow. Why this is happening? I don't know. So in the same manner, we will give the definition: percentage change in quantity demanded of product X to percentage change in price of product Y. So this is the reason while discussing price, I gave product X, Why I have given means this is the difference I want to show. When you come to the cross elasticity, you have to say price of product Y. When it is price elasticity of demand, you are going to show price of product X. Okay. So this is the only difference that you will find here in between price elasticity and the cross elasticity. So here also we are going to measure in two ways. One it is mathematical measurement and the other one it is graphical measurement. So graphically how you are going to show it. Before that, let us see what are the types. Here we will call it as positive cross elasticity of demand. The names are changing. You have to keep in mind this. Positive cross elasticity of demand. Negative cross elasticity of demand. and 0 or infinity cross elasticity of demand. So these are the three different cross elasticities that we will come across. Positive cross elasticity of demand means under this cross elasticity substitutes you are going to take. So when a substitute product's price is increasing, automatically the sale of the product which we are producing will increase. Why means their price will be more than our product. So automatically those who are purchasing that product will shift to our product. So that is the reason our sales also increases. When price of Y is increasing, price of sales of X will be increasing. So both are increasing now. So we say that it is positive. We can take any example. So here I have taken digital music and compared with CDs. So if free of cost digital music is available, what happens? The sales of the CDs has been reduced now. Completely it is vanished now at present. At the beginning it has been fallen down. So the same thing we have, you can show it as a cross elasticity, positive cross elasticity example. Okay. So for this positive cross elasticity, we are going to take x-axis, y-axis. So we have to show it in the graph. Quantity, you must keep in mind quantity always, quantity of sales will be on x-axis. So the thing that it is changed here is y-axis, price of product Y. And the DD curve will be flowing from left to right upwards. So represent it as DD, as a demand curve. And take it as a price and quantity. Same like the price elasticity, you show it as P and Q. So when price is increasing to P1, we can represent it as Q1 is the quantity of sales. The same thing when it is increasing and decreasing, you can write here. Below the graph, always you must keep in mind, you have to explain the graph. Most of the students will be skipping this. They will draw the these lines, graph like lines, and they will leave it. They will not explain this. Don't do that. So price of Y commodity and demand of X commodity. So we have taken as OP and OQ from where we are comparing. So when the price is increasing, so you have to show like that, increasing from P to P1. Demand also increases from Q to Q1. And price of Y commodity is decreasing from P1 to P. So demand also decreases from Q1 to Q. So this is what you have to explain. And write the positive cross elasticity. In the same manner, when there is complementary products, joint products, then that graph will be negative. So before that, we will see when Cross elasticity is for substitutes when we have close substitutes, then the graph will be like this. Even a slight change in the price will take uh, more drastic increase in the quantity. You can see the gap between Q1 and Q2 here and P1 and P2 here. Okay, a slight change in Y product price is increased or decreased, that will bring a large change in the increase or decrease in the quantity of X product. If they are not so close to substitutes, then this may not be in this manner. Even there is a large price change, means high price change is there, only a little bit of quantity of sales will be there for X product. So this represents that how to increase your price even though there are substitutes for your product. If they are not close substitutes, you can increase your price drastical. That means more price can be increased. That will not affect your sales, right? So that you have to identify whether the substitutes available in the market are very close to our product or not. Based on that, we can take this decision. So coming to the negative cross elasticity of demand. So here this will be in case of complementary products. Complementary means as we have discussed that both the products will be combinedly used. So if one product is not there, the other cannot be used. As we have discussed this car and petrol. No? So without petrol, car cannot be utilized. So if one car price is increasing, automatically the sales of the petrol will be reducing. Why? Because the sales of the cars will be reduced. No? So that will affect the sales of the petrol. This is what you are going to explain here. So when they are close, very close, or compulsory, they need to be jointly utilized, or sometimes without that any other thing is there which can be utilized. Based on that, we can say that this negative cross elasticity will be affected. To what extent this is affecting, that depends on the closeness of the complementaries. So same manner, we will take quantity on x-axis, price on y-axis. So here when price of Y product is increasing, let us take P as the price for comparing. Q1 is the quantity. So when price is increasing to P1, quantity of sales will be reduced here. Negative means you have to keep in mind opposite reaction will be there between the price and the quantity. Same thing you are going to explain here. So when price is increasing, quantity is decreasing to Q1, from Q1 to Q, and price is decreasing from P1 to P. Sales will also increase. Price decreases, sales increases from Q to Q1. With one change, we can show both the increase and decrease. So this is what it is called as negative cross elasticity. So we can compare when they are close complementaries are there, very close. So in such case, a slight change in the price of product Y brings a large quantity of sales in product X. Okay, so this much of sales was increasing or decreasing. If price is reducing from P1 to P2, quantity is increasing to Q1 to Q2. Okay. So if they are weaker complementaries, so in such case, even though the price is reduced, more price is reduced, so that will not affect to more increase in sales of X product. Okay, see here only a little bit change in the X product is changing. Okay, so this is the effect of cross elasticity. And coming to zero cross elasticity, here both the products are completely different products. If there is no relationship between the X product and Y product, in such case you will find this zero cross elasticity. For example, if you take if we are comparing with auto rickshaws, taxis, and is there taxi fares affecting the a rice product or cheese product, like that? Any example which is unrelated product, we compare, so that will give you zero elasticity, because cheese will not be affected with the taxi fares. No? So even taxi fares are increased or decreased, it won't affect the demand of cheese, right? So completely you take two different products which are unrelated, which will give you zero cross elasticity. Same thing you are going to draw in the graph. So in this demand curve will be flowing from left to right upwards, which is parallel to y-axis. See here DD curve is flowing from Q point straight line to y-axis. Same thing we are going to explain below. So take it as P is the price and compare it with P1. When it is increasing or decreasing, there won't be any change in the sales of cheese. So which is called as what? Zero elastic demand. So this is how we can explain three different types of cross elasticity. How we can measure this means mathematical measurement we can do. So let us represent this cross elasticity as EC. Formula is percentage change in quantity demanded of product X divided by percentage change in price of product Y. While giving here price of denominator, you must be very careful that price of product Y you have to write when you explain about the cross elasticity. You have to keep that in mind. Only denominator will change. Numerator will be the same. Or you can use the other formula, percentage triangle QX divided by percentage triangle PY. So QX means change in quantity and PY means price of product. Y change. So triangle QX is equal to, you know that how you are going to show it, QX2 minus QX1 by QX1. And triangle PY is equal to PY2 minus PY1 divided by PY1. Okay, so replace this in this formula, you will get another formula, QX2 minus QX1 divided by QX1 whole divided by Py2 minus Py1 divided by Py1. Be careful here while giving the denominator price. Py you have to represent here. So as usual, Q1 means quantity, Px1 means price of product Y after change and before change. After change, you take it as second price. Before change, you take it as first price. So we can simplify this formula. Px2 minus Px1 divided by Py2 minus Py1 into Py1 divided by Qx1. Okay. I'm not going in detail about the formulas. So these may not be that much of you may not expect these questions, but in case if you are going to get this type of questions, you must be able to write now. So that is the reason why I have explained this. So most of the cases you may expect price elasticity of demand. Shall I explain the factors affecting the demand, elasticity of demand, how much time it is? 7 minutes more we have. As we have factors affecting demand, in the same manner we will have what are the factors that will be affecting the elasticity of demand. So one factor it is nature of commodity. Nature of commodity means here we can based on the importance of the commodity, we can divide them into three categories. One it is necessary products, the other one it is luxury products and comfort products. Necessary products means which are compulsory to the human being to live, like food, the vegetables, medicines, etc. So in this case, the elasticity will be even the price is increasing, there will be inelastic demand. So inelastic demand indicates that the business person can increase the price of the product because there is no change in the sales. No, if he want to earn profit, what he is going to do is if his supply is less, so to face the demand in the market, he will increase the price. Okay. So if the supply of the product is more with the business person, in such case he will reduce the price because he wants to sell all his products, So in such case he can reduce the product. But even if he increase or decrease, there won't be change in the sales of his product because all these are necessary products which are having inelastic demand. And in case if it is a luxury product, comfort product, comforts means like which are needed but not compulsory, like fan, refrigerator, etc. So these comes under comforts. So these can be postponed uh, if after satisfying his necessaries only. If he is going to have amount with him, he is going to use that amount to purchase such comfort products. So he can postpone if he is not having enough money with him, right? So in such case, there will be elastic demand. That means a little bit change in the price will take more change in the sales of the product. Even in luxury products also, there will be elastic demand, more elastic demand because they are not that much required by the people, no? Like AC, DVD, without this also they can live, which are luxurious products. Without car you can live, right? So all this comes under the luxurious products. Of course, to some category, that means poor people, this may be a luxury product, but if it is a high income people are there, that becomes the necessary comfort product for them. Or sometimes it may be necessary also. If highly rich person is there, it is compulsory to him that to have a car, right? So that depends on the category of the income of people. So that means, well, this nature of commodity or a product will be affecting the elasticity of demand. So that means elasticity of demand may change in the sales will take place based on the necessity or comfort or luxury. So if there are a more number of substitutes available in the market for any product, there will be more elastic demand because customer may shift from one product to the other product which is available for cheaper prices. So he may shift, so more elastic demand will be there. If there are less number of substitutes, so then he won't have any choice of shifting from one product to the other product. No? So yeah, he has to select the same product or the other product. So his choice is very less. So in such case, there will be somewhat a less elastic demand. Example, you can take Pepsi and Coke. Pepsi price increases, automatically buyers will shift to Coke because everyone like Pepsi and Coke, right? So, based on the price, he may shift from one product to the other product, which is less priced. That product customers will be preferring. So, like this, if substitutes are there, so automatically there will be elastic demand, more elastic demand. So we must be very careful when there are more availability of substitutes. For some products, there won't be any substitute like wheat, salt. These are there. For wheat, any substitute is there. No other substitute will be there. For wheat flour, you will have substitutes. And for salt, there won't be any substitute, right? So in such cases, the elasticity will be very less. Here, price elasticity will be very less because even the price of the wheat increases, also sales will be taking place. It won't affect the sales of the wheat. And when we come to the income levels, high income people are there means in the society. So even price increases or decreases, they won't look after that, isn't it? For that means income of the consumers will also affect this elasticity of demand. They won't look after whether the price is increased or not. If they want, they will purchase. If poor people are there, so they will compulsory look after how the price is changing, and accordingly they will react. If there is increase in price, they will shift to some other product which is available to uh, uh, which is cheaper prices. In the same manner, when it is decreasing, they will purchase more. That means here lower income people will be having high elastic demand. So whenever our product is related to lower income people or higher income people, that we have to keep in mind, and we have to bring change in the price because that will affect the sales of the product. This is most important. Income level is most important to look after when we bring the change in the price. And the other one, it is level of price. Level of price means some products will be high priced, costly products will be there. So in such a case, uh, costly products will be uh, automatically having more elastic demand because some group of people may not be able to purchase that if some more price is increasing. So some products will be low priced like needle, matchbox. These may be 10 rupees like that, no? So even poor people will not look after whether the price is increased or not. So for such products, there will be inelastic demand. So if inelastic demand is there, price of the product can be increased. And postponement, if postponement is there, they can postpone for future. So in such case, elastic demand will be there. So like biscuits, soft drinks, these can be purchased afterwards. So if a slight increase in prices may lead to decrease in the sales. For example, if drugs are there, medicines are there, so those cannot be postponed for future because it is life matters, no? So even price increases, everyone will purchase. So their inelastic demand will be there. So automatically the price of these drugs can be increased. Okay, some more are there that I will discuss in the next class because your time is up. Okay. So any doubts? Any doubts?
No,
Any
ma'am.
of
No, ma'am.
okay. Okay, ma'am.